Wrestling Q&A. Here on the Go Wrestling Q&A. I'm here with Facade, the Neon Ninja, after LCW tonight. How was your match tonight?
Tonight, first time making my debut here at LCW, and I tell you what, the host resort here is a phenomenal venue, great crowd, packed house. Who's this guy? Anyway, I couldn't have been happier with the response I got. Everybody seemed to like your boy, the Neon Ninja. My match, on the other hand, although I didn't get pinned myself, I didn't win the match, and that's what I'm all about: entertaining the fans, winning matches, winning titles, and along the way, if I can, make an impact, that's cool. But I did actually. I don't know if you can see here. Amongst the high-flying hijinks, when I dove out of the ring, I hit the bottom of my chin here on the top of Eddie Smooth's head, and kind of knocked myself a little loopy and almost forgot the match. Like, I forgot what all happened in the match. I went to the back. I said hello to Shane Strickland, and he's like, "Hey, you already said hello to me?" And I'm like, "I did not know that." So, it comes with the territory, I guess.
It proves that wrestling's definitely not for kids. So how long have you been in the wrestling business?
I trained for 2 years before I had my first match, and then now I've been wrestling about 8 years, and just all about making progress. As long as I'm making progress and being happy and staying healthy, I'm happy. Always want to keep making waves, making steps, trying to get on a bigger stage. As everybody is making their Tough Enough videos, you can find mine, Michael Chikowitz. Look on the Indie Darlings, on the most viewed. I've been on the top 10 of the most viewed since it's debuted on there, so that means a lot to me. And, hopefully I'll get that opportunity one day.
So who are you trained by, and what was the hardest part of wrestling training?
Hardest part of wrestling training, well, was really just learning how to run the ropes, because there's a lot of things, and I've done some martial arts, some grappling, things like that, and all the wrestling aspect of itself came naturally to me. But the actual running of the ropes and everything, you'd be surprised. People think it's just ropes, but those are high tension steel elevator cable, and they do damage to your body. Like, when you get dropped on the ropes, it hurts. When you hit the ropes, it hurts. So I probably think that was the hardest part. And I was trained by the IWC Coalition of Competition over in Pittsburgh by Shirley Doe, Super Hentai, a couple of guys that traveled internationally and gathered some experience along the way, Japan and Mexico, and then passed it down. It's actually kind of a prestigious school now, because a lot of people are coming out of that school that are starting to make a name for themselves, like Corey Graves, Elias Sampson in NXT, DJ Z. Zima Ion. So there's a lot of people that came from that school, and I'm pretty proud to come from there.
So how did the whole name of Facade come about?
Well, coming up, when I was training, I always knew, my character. I've been obsessed with ninjas as a kid. I always wore the neon colors, things like that. So the Neon Ninja thing was just like something that kind of came. But the name Facade, actually, everyone has a facade. Everyone has their own personality or persona. And that being said, I had a hard time finding a name for my persona, per se. And, also it's a little bit of duality, where a facade is like the front of a building, and the front of a building, which you would spray paint on. So, front of the building, spray paint, a little bit of a overthought kind of a thing, but
Speaking of ninjas, who is your favorite ninja of all time?
Oh, of all time? I always get the Ninja Turtle question, but actually my favorite ninja of all time, growing up, I loved playing Ninja Gaiden on Nintendo NES, and man, that was like the hardest game ever, and I wasn't even able to beat it until way after it came out on the Wii, and I could actually save my game, because at that time I was a little kid, and my Nintendo would always reset like bloop bloop bloop, and It's very heartbreaking. But Ryu Hayabusa from the Ninja Gaiden games, that's my favorite ninja. Second close was Storm Shadow.
So, during your wrestling career, what's been the most physical match you've been in?
Man, most physical match I've been in. There's been a couple. Ray Rowe, when I was early, just starting out, he's from Cleveland, and that's not too far from the Pittsburgh area. But Ray Rowe gave me a run for my money, put a whooping on me a few times. But the most physical, and it's not even one match, it's a series of matches. I've been lucky enough to have the opportunity to wrestle one of my wrestling idols in Sabu. And we've wrestled maybe about 6 times now, you know, all over the place. Wisconsin, Pittsburgh, the ECW arena, and his hometown in Michigan. And those are definitely, and little Danny can attest, those are the most trying on my body. Because as Sabu likes to put his body on the line, I also like to put my body on the line. And imagine the train wreck that would ensue with both of us doing triple jump moonsaults, throwing chairs at each other, just utter chaos.
Speaking of, I guess, wrestling injuries, what has been some of your most physical injuries you've had?
Physical injuries, I have a nagging injury that's going to require some kind of assistance in my wrist here. And, you know, it wasn't even something that, like, it was like a big deal. I was throwing like a back fist to somebody and they just blocked it, and like it messed up my wrist and it needs reset. But you know, had a couple of knee problems here and there because you know, all the high flying and stuff. It is very high risk and high reward, as people say. But I've been blessed and lucky enough to be as healthy as I have been, you know, all things considered, with my daredevil kamikaze style, whether it be the hardcore or the high flying.
So during your what kind of wrestling style would you say you are?
Definitely like that hybrid wrestler. The hardcore, the high flying is really what I idolized growing up in Pittsburgh. You know, Sabu, Rob Van Dam. I got to see a lot of ECW shows, and that's something that like kind of stuck with me, you know. But at the same time too, I really like to just go out there and wrestle, like you know, catch wrestling, chain wrestling, whatever you want to call it. I enjoy to just wrestle because a lot of people, it's a lost art. A lot of people see me and they're like, oh, you're a high flyer, this and that. But then whenever I really break it down and I wrestle, they're like, wow, I didn't realize you could wrestle too. But, you know, a lot of times I don't really get to show that side of me.
So during a wrestling show, what's your favorite time to go onto the match?
My favorite time is the main event. People I travel with often hate that because I like to make sure I talk to every person, every fan that wants to talk to me, and you know, make sure everyone goes home happy. And I'm a little bit of a slowpoke, but outside of that, the main event, that's my favorite, you know, because that's who everyone comes to see. Bottom line, there's a lot of things that people like to see, and a lot of things like that you know, brings people in. But ultimately, the main event is the ultimate match that everyone wants to see. Now tonight you saw me in the first match, and you know, in my debut, I really enjoyed that, and you know, just a little taste of what the Neon Ninja can do, and kind of sets the tone. You know, a little bit of crazy ninja antics, 4-way. It set a nice pace for the show. But yeah, definitely the last match.
So what do you like to do outside of pro wrestling?
I like to train. I like to train pro wrestling. Getting a lot better shape, physical fitness. You know, getting my body. I fell in love with that, and then I like to enjoy to do parkour. You know, as you can see, it kind of translates into my in-ring style. And you know, I love to play video games too. I hate to I hate to not waste my time doing it, but I've grown up playing video games. I am a video game character come to life, as you can see. And yeah, like if I do get some spare time, I will play video games. But man, it tugs at me though, because I feel like I'm cheating on wrestling when I'm playing on video games. Because I know there's tapes out there that I could be watching, there's studying I could be doing, there's learning I could be doing. But you know, that's I guess that's my guilty pleasure.
In wrestling today, who would be your dream opponent?
At this point, all the people, well, most of the people that I've looked up to growing up wrestling have either died or retired. So as far as people that have are still continuing their career, like I said, I've been lucky enough to have a couple of my dream matches come true. Wow, that's Sabu. I've wrestled AJ Styles now twice, and that was amazing. But I'd have to say Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam and Chris Jericho are two of the last surviving guys that I would really, like to go out there and just let it all hang out. See how I did against them,
If they made a movie about Facade, what actor could play you, and what would the title be?
Man, what actor could play me? I don't know. That is a heck of a question. I don't even know. That's an interesting question. The Neon Ninja Stands Tall, maybe. That would be one of the titles. Death Before Dishonor, Go Ninja Go. A couple of titles floating around, but man, I don't know. Who I would like to have, because as goofy as I am, there's the physical thing where I would like Jean-Claude Van Damme or somebody like a real tough guy to play me. But at the same time, it's hard to say that they would be like real funny, you know what I mean? So man, I really don't know. Will Ferrell, if he could learn like Kung Fu or something, that'd be awesome.
You never know. They had Jack Black do Kung Fu Panda, so.
Yeah, of course I would like to see him actually do said Kung Fu, but to each his own. Maybe even Chuck Norris.
I don't know. Well, since Jason Statham did prove to himself he is a funny guy, maybe Jason Statham, but he would have to be an American.
And he'd have to, well, I don't know if he can grow his hair out, but we'd have to get him a good wig.
So, you see your shirt Facade, it's in the logo of the Surge soda. What's the whole deal with that?
Surge. Being a young kid, watching wrestling, playing video games, drinking Surge, skateboarding also. I would skateboard, drink Surge, watch wrestling, play video games. That was my life growing up as a kid. And then, kid of the 90s. Whenever Surge came back out, I lost my mind. I got cases upon cases of that off of eBay. And so now it's I don't really drink Surge unless it's very special occasions. The first time I drank Surge since it came back, and I think it was like, 10 years or 11-year hiatus, it was kind of a special time for me. I wrestled Matt Sydal right off of his WWE release, and then after the match, which I won, we toast. We shared a Surge. We drank them, Stone Cold Salute. And then now even more so, just this past April, I had the pleasure of wrestling AJ Styles again, and it just so happened that the Young Bucks were on the show, so the whole Bullet Club came out. Not the whole Bullet Club, but AJ, the Bucks, they made me and Danny honorary inductees into the Bullet Club. We all two-sweeted. We all gave it the suck it. We all shared a toast, and we were just shotgunning Surge in the crowd, cracking them open, drinking them. Boom, boom. We must have went through 2 or 3 cases of Surge there, but it was awesome. So that being said, it's green, it's good, it's caffeinated. I mean, that's me.
So if you had any advice for someone pursuing a wrestling career, what would they be?
Take care of your body. Growing up, make sure you're into sports, into some kind of martial arts, into some kind of physical activity. So whenever your time comes that you can train to be a wrestler, you're already ahead of the game. Acting, if you're into that kind of thing too, it really, really helps too, because athletics is only a part of it. If you be a part of the drama club in school, it's fun. You see The Rock, everybody else. The transition is there. You have to have a backup plan after you wrestle. So, drama club, things like that. But take care of your body, be in shape, and you'll go far.
So what's your next upcoming shows?
Next week, I will be at Smash Wrestling up in Toronto, Canada, making my debut there. It's a very special charitable event. Smash Wrestling Kicks ALS. That's going to be on Saturday. And then Sunday is a second Smash Wrestling show. Very special. It's called the Infinity Gauntlet with Chris Hero. Now, there's donations being taken. You could donate at smashwrestling.com/ALS. And those donations go towards how long Chris Hero is going to wrestle this gauntlet match. So it literally is an Infinity Gauntlet. Right now it's about $1,500, which is about 90 minutes of ring time that he's going to stay in, whether he gets pinned, submitted, or otherwise. He's going to stay in the ring and keep going through every opponent that comes his way. After that, you can see me. I'll be April 20th or June 20th. Man, it's hard to remember all my calendar now. I did get knocked out tonight. I'll be back in Pittsburgh, and then you got some dates for me, kid? Oh, okay, yeah. So then we'll be in West Virginia. We'll be in Pittsburgh, June 12th. Then June 20th, we got something going on where there's a tour with Wrestle One. They're partnered with APWA for the first tour of the United States, and they're gonna have like 7 or 8 or 9 different wrestlers from Wrestle One that we're gonna be doing this tour with, including Muta. And that's it's gonna be the last appearance of Muta in the United States, so that's kind of a big deal. We're gonna be doing the ECW Arena. We're gonna be doing Pittsburgh, Ross Shaver Ice Garden, where ECW also used to run, Parkersburg, West Virginia. Then we're heading down to Charlotte, and then we're going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, too. So a lot of crazy stuff coming up.
This guy's a busy man. So where can
take over the world one baby step at a time.
So where can the fans follow you at?
You can find me, your boy, the Neon Ninja, the Aerosol Assassin, the Aerial Arsonist, Facade, at One Facade on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Somebody said I need to make like a Periscope, YouTube. You could just find me anywhere. The number 1 FACADE. And yeah, I put a lot of free matches up on there. I put a lot of silly things that I do with the gym, at home, little things. I like to create things, street art. As you've seen, I'm a graffiti artist, so I try to keep myself busy, and then share it with the world.
You can find me on Facebook /QA Wrestling, YouTube, The Indie Wrestling Fan. You can find me on my movie reviews on Heavy J's Real Picks.
Oh, you gotta have to see the Zombies vs. Wrestlers movie too, then.
I haven't seen that yet.
You find your boy Facade on the Zombies vs. Wrestlers movie. Matt Hardy, Roddy Piper, Shane Douglas, Kurt Angle, all kinds of crazy people. All of us locked into a jail and trying to escape. And all these zombies are we have a pro wrestling show in a jail, and it's crazy that you got to just see it. I mean, pro wrestlers versus zombies. It's as funny, crazy, and silly as it sounds.
All right, you can also check out Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies. So anywhere indie wrestling goes, Mr. On the Go Wrestling is always on the go. Any closing words from Facade?
I just want to thank everybody out there that supports me. It means a lot. You can also check me out, ProWrestlingTees.com. You can get your own Facade shirt. We got Neon Ninja shirts. We got the new Surge shirt. All kinds of stuff there. And thanks to guys like you that keep guys like me in business.
Yep. Thank you. You're always welcome. This is On the Go and Facade signing out.